Greetings, brothers and sisters. So the main thing I want to talk about is possible pole reversal in the Aurora Borealis. um, Alec Baldwin has a couple of videos. One where this is like a sunset. Not so many of these days left, and I think he means summer. Um, but with Alec, you never know. Sometimes he's whatever. Goodbye, cruel world kind of thing. But on Hilaria's side, here she is here. This is one of her. Takes a look at the camera. It's amazing she can do this with a fake pregnancy belly. How do you do that with a fake belly? I don't know. I can't do that either way, so it is what it is. But here they are. There's Alex's hand and Hilaria's hand. They do these artsy pictures, right? And, I am not going anywhere. Like, why do you have to say that, right? That implies that you actually are thinking about going somewhere. Take all the time to be sad. I am here. It would be a lot more powerful if you said this in private and not on Instagram, right? Because on Instagram, it looks like you're performing for your million or so subscribers and Alex's subscribers and the rest of us. When you put one of these things out, these private I love you messages out in social media, it appears you're just doing it for show. I mean, that's how it always comes off, and, she's so fake. But then here, Alex leaves a comment himself. I never realized how a thing such as this could unfold this way. He's posting on her timeline, or on her Instagram page. Everyone on the set knows what happened. Everyone knows. And yet the depiction in the press has, by and large, obliterated all that. Although there are only two actual victims in the case. Are you the other one? Are you implying you're the other victim? That's why everyone's turned on you, Alec. I find it difficult to endure the insistence of so many that I woke up that day and violated every safety procedure I have ever learned over 40 years. All the while, the question of where any live ammunition came from remains unanswered. If not for you, I cannot imagine how life would be right now. Well, thanks, bro. I'm glad I'm making it better for you. He's actually reaching out here. Right? Blessings and peace. I'm sending you both peace and love. This is clearly so much in your home and in your hearts. True love is like that. Heart, we stand by you, Alex, sending prayers and love and strength. You are in a safe place full of love. I just want to say one more thing, which I touched on in the last video. That he is responsible not only as the guy who's holding the gun, and not only as the biggest star and highest paid person, right? He's the guy who's going to make the most money from this B movie that he was making. But also he's a producer. He's somebody who is in charge of all these people, right? And so there's some responsibility there as well. I don't know, what his role was as producer, but he had that title. And certainly he was the boss. He was the guy the movie was being made. It was an Alec Baldwin movie, right? And so everything that was happening there, he was the guy that was like the Trump, right? He was the guy like, oh, Mr. Baldwin or whatever it is, right? He's the guy that everyone's deferring to, everyone's bowing before. He's the guy with the most power on the set. And so for him to say that he's a victim, right? Although there are only two actual victims in this case, we might mean the other person he shot, so I don't know. I think he means him, though. I think he means himself, not the two people who were shot by a bullet. And, one of them's dead. So one of my viewers sent me this today. Here's Britney. Here's Britney wearing a bikini or something. The video I posted before was not the actual live music I was dancing to. So if you think it was kooky, that's why. This is the original one. Okay, so she also said F you or something, but I don't know. So I guess she reposts this. There she goes, doing her knees, doing her feet, doing that. Again, wearing a bikini, shaking her bottom at you for some reason. What did you do to deserve that? I don't know. There she goes, wearing one of those. She's got high heels on. Like the thing, I'm doing 1960s dance. I'm in the show laughing. There we go. I'm rolling the dice. I'm swinging my hand, wiggling my hand with my hair. There we go. We think, okay, I'm going to walk up to you and walk away. So I'm way back here again. I do this, back and forth, left and right, and the thing, going home. What music wouldn't this look kooky to? Go down here. I'm using the pole, the horizontal pole. There I go. Do my hands, do my hands, do my up at the pole, up at the pole, up at the pole. Pulling down the dress, up at the pole, up at the pole. Walking back towards you, doing that. They'll skip to my loo. They'll skip to my loo, spin around, do my thing. Going to say something to you. Yeah, I'm going to do that. A little wiggle, one of these. I'm going to run, hump in the pole. I'm going to walk away and go back to the pole over here. I'm going to do that again. Do that, and this one, put my knee up. Do that again. I think this is the beginning. All right. So that's Britney J. Spears. So then there was this other thing from Madame Expiration Date. I'll never forget my Sicilian holiday, dancing and singing on La Isla Bonita, Crazy for Love, on 50 number one remix, out and already number one. I don't know if she's got another number one song. Is that what she's saying? There we go. There's all the people, the partying, the tambourine. They're whacking their tambourines there. That guy's really whacking it. Guy over there. Over there. This guy's whacking it. That girl is doing her thing there. This guy, they all got tambourines. Everyone gets a tambourine. You get a tambourine. You get a tambourine. Madonna gets a tambourine. She's really whacking it right there. And going here. She's going to stick out her tongue because that's how Madonna do. They're going to walk backwards through the... Look at that. Look at that fun they're having. It's so much fun. Madonna and her, her big birthday party. She's flown everyone out there. There she's sitting there. She's doing her grill. She's got a filter on there so you don't realize that she's 65. And then back in here to the piano. And then this is how it started. We recycled this thing again. But there she is getting out of the car. Then showing her tongue a lot in this one. There she goes, sitting on the throne like Madonna do. And that's her Sicilian birthday party. She's only 95 right now. Madame Expiration Date. Brazil loves you, Queen. Is this Brazil? I thought she was in Sicily. Whatever. Northwest begs mom Kim Kardashian to stop filming her singing. And so this happened. It's been up on my toolbar for a while. I meant to cover this yesterday, but it's just like she's so annoying at everything, Kim Kardashian.
Sing it, girls.
So she's got to always do the devil horn. She can't stop. Don't need the lyrics here. She can't stop, help herself, but to put the devil horn emoji on. Even though she's with her kid and her kid's friend. Mom, stop it. Mom, stop with the filming. But she's going to show it anyway. That's how you really make your kids happy. Film them and put them on Instagram, even though they say not to do it. Just being oblivious altogether. I don't know who's driving there, putting your devil's horns on. Your daughter's yelling at you.
Mom, please delete that.
Please delete that. Did you delete it? No, you put it on Instagram. There we go. Open her ghoul hole with her devil's horns on as her kid's screaming at her.
Sing it, girls.
Okay, there it goes around again. She's just the probably most annoying celebrity at this point for me. No, I meant to lead with this, but it's okay. Exclusive, it pays to be rich. America's wealthiest, including Tom Brady, the big one, Khloe Kardashian, Reese Witherspoon, Kanye, and Nancy Pelosi's husband, took millions in PPP loans, and nearly all of them have been forgiven. Celebrities, including Kanye West, Jay-Z, Khloe Kardashian, received millions in government PPP, loans set for desperate businesses hit by COVID pandemic. The Daily Mail now can reveal the exact amounts of these millionaires took out via the government program. So let's see if they have a list here. Kanye, he borrowed $2 million and 1.7 spent on payroll. Jay-Z, he borrowed $2 million. Here we go. Jared Kushner, he borrowed $3 million. Kanye West, forgiven. Jared Kushner didn't have to pay it back. Kanye West, unknown. Jay-Z, unknown. Diddy, P. Diddy, won almost $2 million. Paul Pelosi, he borrowed it, forgiven. Khloe Kardashian, 1.2, forgiven. Jeff Koons, worth $200 million, $1 million, forgiven. Reese Witherspoon, almost $1 million, forgiven. Tom Brady, almost $1 million, forgiven. So that's cool, right? I'm glad these guys have gotten free money from the government when the economy is imploding and people are desperate. It's cool. You know, I'm glad the government took care of the most annoying and worthless population, right? Hollywood celebrities and politicians. I mean, yeah, I'm glad they got their millions of dollars. I mean, you know, Americans got, $1,200, each. I mean, come on. Americans, individuals got $1,200 each and then had to pay taxes and all the stuff with that. Celebrities got $2 million and even $3 million in Jared Kushner's case. So it's fair. You know, they deserve that much more than everybody else. Northern Lights may move farther south in the mainland U.S. this week. So the Thursday was supposed to be the big day, but it seems like there might be more days. And the reason that they're saying that this is happening, because it's a strong geomagnetic storm. But I'll tell you what I think the real reason is in a moment. Dazzling displays, aurora borealis might be visible in the northern U.S. tonight. That was Thursday. You can see it maybe this weekend. And powerful solar weather brings northern lights farther south. Northern lights forecast in Chicago, New York City, Connecticut, and even down in the Midwest, people are seeing it, right? Maybe in Iowa here, right? And so various places that have never been able to see northern lights before all of a sudden can. All right, so there's a scientific theory. I don't know if it's proven, what it's considered. But it's one I more tend to believe in than other ones because nobody talks about it. But I watched something, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, some sort of scientific research, and they were studying the Arctic ice, and they came up with this idea of the magnetic poles reversing themselves. And there was a pattern of it happening every 200,000 years. And again, this isn't like global warming or like any number of other scientific theories, Darwin's theory, that are very suspect, right? That are not very believable because nobody talks about this, right? And so this is where the idea where north becomes south and south becomes north. And then there was this guy, Matt Stein, that came out maybe 10 years ago and said that when the electromagnetic poles reverse themselves, there is an opening for solar flares, and solar flares can come and hit the world and short out the complete electrical grid. And then he talked about, the book's called something like 1,000 Chernobyls. This guy's a MIT guy who's been shunned by the scientific community because of this theory. But when the magnetic fields are weakened, it opens the door for solar flares. And so there was one more thing in the Whispers of the Brighter World messages. This one is from the prophecies that were given. And it's from Sunday, February 25th, 2001. My dear daughter, would you like now to start giving you we would like now to start giving you messages having a totally different content. Scientists are often mistaken in their assertions. In a century, these assertions will be outdated. Man will have taken a step forward in his understanding of the laws governing the universe. They will then become obvious to a great number of minds capable of understanding the real meaning. Significant changes will take place on Earth globe after great upheavals have occurred. Even the best established structures will be disrupted. The elements will make life difficult for human beings. We'll have to face up to things. Another stronger race and having much more developed sense of sensory perception will set up a world that would astonish most men living in the present. When the poles reverse themselves, they will generate climactic changes. Men will need to adjust themselves. A large part of the population in its present proportions will have disappeared. the Earth will start a new era being suited to its evolution. We will further elaborate on some of the mentioned topics, and you will have to note down without wondering too much, even though you cannot verify the soundness of what we are writing. These predictions should neither worry nor embarrass you. They do not relate to your present day. A long time will have passed before all assertions come true. You will need to trust in us and leave the usual doubts aside. These writings will long remain in oblivion before they could be made public. Therefore, it suits you to consider them as fiction. We have no objection. We have no objection. Don't worry. You are not under the influence of any devious spirit. We will resume tomorrow the normal course of talks. Be at peace. Be blessed. So when he said the poles reversing themselves, and I already knew some of this theory, I was kind of, when I read this, I was like, oh. And so it's one of the things that I believe is going to happen. And I know there are people who don't believe that they're magnetic poles, all these things. That's fine. Doesn't matter. You can believe what you want. But one of the signs that the poles are reversing themselves is the aurora borealis becomes visible to other parts of the world, not just the northern part, right? The northern lights become the global lights where people can see them everywhere because the magnetic field is fluctuating, and now it can be seen. And they're saying that it's because of some, whatever it was, geomagnetic storm. And so they're trying to cover up that the poles are starting to waver a bit. And when you start seeing the northern lights, and the other thing is, since we are made up of water, our bodies are 97% water, and there's electricity flowing through our bodies, we're very susceptible to this sort of fluctuation. Like full moon is one of the worst nights for crime, and there's just all these statistics backing that up, right? Like a full moon Friday night, Saturday night. And so the electromagnetic field adjusting itself will leave people being very destabilized. And, people are getting crazy as it is. They're weirding out. And it is, it'll destabilize everything. And so, it bounces back and forth before the poles flip. And so it's not like it just does it one day. It's, it takes a period of time, like, some years of instability. And so this could be happening right now. And the fact that, I always said, as soon as we can start seeing the northern lights, I'll start worrying about this. Right? And then I saw, my wife sent me this, and it said the aurora borealis is now visible in many parts of the country. It wasn't visible before. And again, if it's all of a sudden visible in Florida, then we know something's up. And so it's just starting right now, but this could be something that happens. And during this process, when the magnetic fields are weakened, if we get hit by a solar flare, there's that. And him saying climactic changes, well, that could be ice age. It could be anything. And so, good times. Thought I'd I thought I'd make everybody day a little bit more cheery. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely born from the Apocalypse and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.